So like I was saying, so I have my third eye already open. Sorry you guys, I was when you want to burp and then it's like you're talking because sometimes that does happen with me. And sometimes I want to speak, but then you get like it's not hesitant, it's just natural reactions of life. So yeah, but like I was saying, so my third eye is already open. So I already could see everything I could see, even if it's not to be told. I already see. I could dream about it, think about it, already vision it. So it's like it's always in my mind, versus it's not in my mind at all. So yeah. So of course, with my heated arguments and my anger part, also it brings too much stimulation to my body to make me want to like feel calmness down, because it's not like that. It makes me feel like if this is how far you want to take this game, this is how far I'm willing to take this game, because then I'm an extremist. So if you take this game like this, I'm gonna take the game that you took on me, and I'm gonna make it to like this. So that way we can see the big picture of how this game actually is gonna work out for the whole viewpoint of everything of life, because that's just how I am. I'm the bigger picture type of person, not the smaller picture. I think bigger, I don't think smaller. I'm a thinking type of big type of person. So of course, like I like to think bigger. I don't like to think small. I like to always think more intuitive on the bigger idea of perspective of what's being told and what's being displayed, of what I'm noticing, knowledge, noticing. So yeah, and because of that, it's like, of course, you guys know the revolution and everything else that me and my husband were displaying of only about sun and day, night and sky, type of God, sun God. Of course, in my country where I'm from, the Middle East, in Egypt, that's where I'm from and that's where I was birthed. It brought a lot of like frustration into the valley of our kingdom, because it was a new invention viewpoint. It was a new discovery. It was me and my husband constantly working on that continuous goal to be able to sustain where we are in the next life. Because remember, the old life is the old life for a reason, because everybody is not always granted a new life, but the kings are, because it's like it's the valley of the kings, in Egypt, of concernment, because it's like, of course, there's rituals that we like to do for when people die in their life, and you know what I mean. We make sure the next life by leaving like flowers, candles, cesses for we could feel the attachments for them, if depending on what candle they light, weapons that they will carry over to them to the next life, what they like to do, if they like to, shoot, then we have a put a gun in their like canister when when they're like in their grave, or just anything that representation of what it is, like a knife or something or anything as such, so that way it carries onto their image on the next life, because basically the next life is just a continuation of your old life, but in a whole new different brighter perspective. So yeah. So of course, with anger, for me, it doesn't hit me lightly. It never hit me lightly as a kid either. I mean, I was always explosive on my anger from a lot of different viewpoints. Viewpoints where men would feel like it was simple, but to me as a woman, there's nothing simple about the things that men were doing. Because as a female, you guys already know the type of stuff that men be doing already. And none of that stuff is something that I'm gonna take lightly, because I'm an adult and I'm grown, and then I'm not a teenager no more. So exactly, I'm not gonna take any of those types of things lightly. Like, oh, you're gonna take it like, oh, it was just a hiccup, right? No, it was a hiccup that was now a bad ending hiccup, because that's just how my brain process think of it, and that's just how my scope of practice of all my old life viewpoint it to my new life and stuff like that, because it's just a continuation of what I did in the past, but just continuing it from there. So yeah, but because part of being psychic, you guys know, so it's like you already could see the things that's already noticeable. That's why you guys always see me with my eyes like this, kind of like to you guys, because it's like, it's to me, everything I'm doing is already sensible, noticeable to my third eye sense. So that's why my third eye, I could still feel like it's still being open, because it's like I'm already used to the knowledge that I already possess from my third eye and just using my imagination. So yeah. But yeah, so Yeah, but mainly I just wanted to tell people that, yeah, starting from the bottom and working your way to rising your class in life is always the option of viewpoint and everything else. Like how for Social Security benefits, I went from making $1,318 a month to reaching a more higher salary viewpoint from all the hard work that I displayed and continuously displayed for about 12 years of my life, because I did tell you I didn't have a good upbringing. I had to go get it on my own type of upbringing, but I was still taken care of, but not 100% nurturally taken care of. So of course, my mood swings are not 100%ly like as it is, but as an adult, I know how to care about myself a little bit more because obviously I'm an adult and I'm gonna recognize myself as an adult. I'm not going to recognize myself as like a child viewpoints because I'm not a child no more. I worked hard for all the stuff that I attained and everything else in my life and everything else. And of course, you know, like the blessings that carry over with you from your old life always stays with you in your new life. But I'm one of them type because obviously people were trying to mess those viewpoints up for me too. So that way they can have their retribution onto my life as what they believe my life should be about. Because the 666, the mark of the beast, and the second coming of who known, you know, isn't that an animal with mixed part type of episode? When in reality, it's just the second coming of Nefertiti. And that's all it was ever about. Because people didn't like me in that past life, so they would have been searching for me. You know, I was in my son's tomb, basically, in King Tut's tomb. That's where I was located. I was in his tomb with my son when he passed, so that way all of the things of naturally that we already learned and is discovered, and because I'm clairaudient and clairvoyant and everything I could already sense and see, it was just a continuation from there in my eye, because it was like, would my son keep it over and keep moving forward in this temperament, or would he change everything back? And of course, in history revolution, that's where we are now. Yeah, you know, so but of course, you know, the Son of God, you know, because the Son of God is the Son of Man, and you know, the Son of Man of God was my husband, King Akhenaten, you know, because that was the Son of Man, you know, because the Son of Man, and that's King Akhenaten, you know, that's the King, you know, of King, that's, you know, so that's the Son of Man, because he's the first person who discovered the viewpoints also, because he ruled the sun as the most supreme God. And that's just that. You know, of course, if your religious viewpoints of everything else are more spiritual, because in life, I don't believe in the religious movements that other people else try to say everything is, because I worship day and night, because those are the only things that bring memories to me. So yeah, so I went from making $1,318 a month from having a mental health disorder to moving myself forward to make 25,000 a month. And I'm working on making more blessings for myself to happen. Kabua. So, you know, not negative to interested will ever intervene with my statement of plan of anything that I want to say in my life moving forward. Because, yeah, you know, so yeah, but of course, as a career coach and as a career counselor, I do help other people also understand this type of knowledge too. So that way they're able to actually, under insight, to know that you can take charge in your career. You can actually, with all the COVID times and all these wars and crises, you can actually take charge as a woman to nurture yourself and also nurture your career at the same time. So I want to say thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But yeah, so yeah, you know, but yeah, you know, I love my synthetics, you guys. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you want to like wear nicer like hairs. I like the synthetics. You know, I just braid it, you know, to make it last longer. So yeah, you know, but it's synthetic. But yeah, you guys, so it just makes my face look fuller, you know, because if it was like this, you guys, it wouldn't look right on me, you know, like if it looked too flat. So I need to have some poofiness like this, and that's why I like it like that. And then of course put a little bang, because I mean, leaving my face like this is just not an everyday wear I want to do. So that's why I do my hairstyle like this a lot, you know, because it looks look cuter. So, but yeah, but I'll talk to you guys later.